You just got to be honest. Like, there's no secret magic. Like, you just got to be good to people, build those connections, follow up, do the homework before, and good things will happen.
Before we jump into today's episode, I just want to remind you guys that the biggest affiliate marketing event in the world is back for 2025. It is Affiliate Summit West, and it is going down February 3rd through February 5th in Las Vegas. Guys, if you want to meet and hang out with 7,000 of the world's top advertisers, affiliates, publishers, sellers, tech providers, networks, all in one place, you have to be at Affiliate Summit West. And right now, as a listener of the Boost podcast, they are hooking you up with 15% off of your ticket. Just use the code BOOST15. That is BOOST15 when you register. Save 15% on your ticket. The link is below and in the description to grab your ticket. Now, guys, Affiliate Summit West is the home of affiliate marketing because, after all, 76% of affiliates prefer Affiliate Summit West over any other event. I'll be there. I hope to see you there. Use the code BOOST15. Save 15%. Now, let's jump into today's episode. Hey, welcome back to The Boost presented by Grommet. I am your host, Greg Rollett, and I am so fired up and excited for this interview with Paresh Vadavia from Gen3 Marketing. Man, thank you so much for doing this.
Hey, this is super exciting, man. I'm glad to be here.
You're like a legend in this space, apparently, and we'll get into that. And, so many people have told me so many great things about you, but let's set some context for those who maybe don't know you, haven't run into you, haven't met you at one of these events. Give me the background and how did you get to Gen3?
Yeah. So, being Indian, your parents are like, you gotta be a doctor and engineer.
Not an affiliate marketer? Like that
wasn't a thing, So I did engineering, but I just loved people, and I was running bars and nightclubs in Montreal, and my parents had a hotel business. They sold it, and I was like, I need a job. And I started looking online for, jobs online. I was pretty web savvy. I had built websites for the nightclubs and stuff, and came across this affiliate marketing job at ice.com and diamond.com. And a couple of years later, they gave me the job. It was in May of 2006. And they're like, hey, you got to go to this conference. It's in New York. It's called the Linkshare Symposium. Went there and started talking to people and building connections, and really got to, help ice.com and diamond.com grow. And so I did that for 2006 to 2009, built a lot of great relationships. And at some point I was like, you know what, I think I can help many more retailers do this. And so Sonny, a childhood friend, and I, we partnered up. 2009 is when we started the company, OPM Pros.
Love that.
And we just, through our relationships, clients were just flocking to us in terms of helping them manage their program. So over the 10 years, we won a lot of awards. We had a lot of clients coming in. We didn't have a biz dev team. So all the brands that were working with us were just from relationships we built. And in 2019, we partnered up with Gen3 Marketing. And so think of Coke and Pepsi teaming up. In 2019, that opportunity came up. We're super excited. And since then, we acquired 3 more agencies, won a bunch of awards. So we're pretty well known in the space. We collectively manage about 500 programs now, and we're about 200 employees across the globe.
Wow.
But it's been an exciting run. But there's a lot that's gone in to build what we've built behind the scenes, right? 2006 to 2009 is a long time.
It's a long time. That's a lot of what we're going to talk about today is how do you build that bridge? How do you build those connections? How do you stay in the game so long? I love you said like Coke and Pepsi coming together, because that's what a lot of partnership marketing is like, how do these publishers get together? How do these 2 brands get together? How do these 2 people get together? And I think you said you started I think it was 2006, you said it was like a Linkshare event that you went to.
Yeah. Now
here we are, Affiliate Summits down the street. We're doing this filming. You've done 37 affiliate summits.
Yeah, I think 37, could be 38, because they did one in Austin.
Yeah. Regardless, that's a lot of affiliate summits.
And, I think it's important to be at these events. There's a lot of investment that goes in. But yeah, I've been coming to these, making the investments track down, and it's such an important place to be,
So, I mean, obviously we get it at the surface level, right? Like you should be at industry events, but why is it so important for you to keep coming back? Because even right now, you could send your team here. You don't need to be here, but you do need to be here.
Yeah, I do need to be here. Yeah, so I think the connections that you make in person is so valuable, right? Like you're when you do it virtually versus in person, yes, you're going to learn from the contents and the sessions. Yes, you could probably see those videos online afterwards, but the interactions that you do with these folks in person, it's not always about business, right? You're really trying to get to know the person, building those relationships, and that's really helped build what we've done, And so it's an investment to come here, but it's important to be here, and especially for someone like me, been in the space, right? And you've built this community of people that appreciate what you've done, and you're helping people and making connections for people. So I remember I connected the guy from Walmart Canada to Walmart US, and they didn't know each other.
Which is wild.
Which is wild.
Yeah.
Right? And so, it's just been very, very exciting to just be at these events. And it's not only Affiliate Summit. I will go to a lot of the industry events, so.
Yeah, there's a lot to be said, even just with perseverance, with relentlessness, with continuing to see your face over and over again. That means like he must be doing something, like something's happening here, because not all, deals happen right now, right? Like me and you might not do a deal this second, but maybe next summer the timing's right. So the timing isn't always right now, but the timing will always happen. And I think you're like a walking testament to that. Like
100%. We've had relations we've built. Years later, they're like, "Hey, we lost our affiliate manager. Let's work with you." So I think building those connections, relationships over time, and like you said, it doesn't have to happen right away, but you just got to be honest. Like there's no secret magic. Like you just got to be good to people, build those connections, follow up, do the homework before, and good things will happen. And generally, people like to work with people that are doing good stuff.
Yeah.
But they want a partnership, right? They want an agency, they want a partner that's going to help them grow their business.
I think the other thing, especially in the performance world, is like it's still a small world, right? And I'm sure you've seen people who have jumped from one product or one brand or one agency to another agency, and maybe you couldn't do anything at agency 1, but now at agency 2 or 3, now there's opportunity, and so this space is still small.
Still small. I call it. It's like the mafia. Once you're in, you can't get out, right?
So
like
true.
You're in the mob. Like you might be at a advertiser running affiliates, then you might go to the affiliate side, you might go to the network side, you might go to the agency side. So I've seen a lot of people even try to get out, like, I just love the space too much, and come back in, And so it's good to see the industry grow. It's grown so much over the years, especially in the last few years.
It's really funny how you said it's like the mafia. Once you're in, you can't get back. So I came to my first affiliate summit, I think it was in a slide in my deck yesterday. I hadn't been on stage in affiliate summit in 14 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so it's really funny. I left for 14 years and now here I am back again. Like you always make your way back again. And so it's really funny. But what I want to know is like, so you have now a team comes out here, they're doing the meetings, they're hanging out with people. What do you tell them to help them foster relationships, to build whatever it is, their persona, their personal brand? Like what are some of the advice that you give to them to help them to build their brand as well?
Yeah, 100%. So I think just doing the homework before, make sure the meetings are set up. I mean, back then you didn't have these apps to set up meetings, right? Now it's there, so take advantage of it. You see a lot of people getting active in the week or 2 weeks before, right? Starts early, And so when you're here, I mean, look, we're here to have a good time. There's going to be happy hours, late nights. You got to know your system, right? You can't be late at meetings. You got to be prepared. And the key is to follow up after the meeting, right? Everyone gets so busy. And so all the hard work you did from being here goes out the door if you don't really do your follow-ups and stuff, and just be personal, just you have a meeting scheduled for 20 minutes. You're not going to figure out a bunch of stuff.
Not going to solve a world piece in 20 minutes.
Just get to know the person. Sure, if it's a new partner, it's the first time you're seeing them, talk a little bit of stuff that, gets everyone excited, and then do the follow-ups. And that's where the action happens.
Yeah. One thing you keep referring to that I love is like, do the homework beforehand. What does that actually look like? Like, what are you looking for in the homework?
Yeah. I mean, for me, when I'm looking to come here, I'm looking for which retailers are going to be attending, if we work with them, if we don't work with them, what networks they're already on, right? But for someone that's an account manager, which is most of the people that come here from our team, do I know this person from this company? What are we doing? How much sales are we driving? Is there any gaps that we should be working with them? Just a little bit of homework before, and then also just making sure, you'd be surprised, like people are not exchanging cell phone numbers, right? These meetings, you can be delayed. The table that you had scheduled might not be available.
Right.
You want to be able to know where the person is, right? And so just getting them prepped. And then as at their event, just try to be like, you have your meetings all throughout the day, but it's all the afternoon, the happy hours. Those are things where it's a little bit more relaxed and you could really build on relationships. Like people are not go, have a drink at the bar. And I tell the team, it's important for our team. Like we're about 11 people here. Let's all split up.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, yes, the colleagues don't see each other all the time because we're from all over.
But you don't need all 11 at the same bar talking to each other.
Exactly. Right? Spread out, meet more people, and then help introductions happen.
Yeah. What can you accomplish in a 20-minute meeting?
It's not a lot, right? You can accomplish getting to know the person, building a stronger connection. Maybe there's an opportunity that's just been missed, it's been delayed. But that 20 minutes, I've built these 20-minute meetings that I've had for many, many years with partners that didn't know, really built like the business, helping sales drive. And so now my 20-minute meetings are probably very different than account managers' 20-minute meetings, right?
Right.
But you could do a lot. But like I said, the follow-ups are the key.
Yeah.
Right. Everyone gets tied up. And before the fact, I'm like connecting with people on LinkedIn. I'm connecting with people on LinkedIn. I see who they're connected with. There's a little bit more you can do at homework to be prepped. Even where your meetings are, right? Like you got to know if you're doing 20-minute meetings back to back and you're doing one on the 6th floor, one on the 1st floor, one at the bar next door.
Yeah.
Like you're not setting yourself up for success, right?
Right.
And so it's important to look at those things. And, so there's a lot of that stuff that goes on.
So what are some of your favorite stories of whether it's a connection, whether it's just again, you've been doing this for a while, and I'm sure you got some fun stories in there.
Yeah, I mean,
connections you made or relationships or how deals were done. I know you got some gold in there.
Yeah, so there's a lot. I mean, the early days when I'd started OPM Pros, our first client was Ice Jerseys. And I was like, hey, look, you guys sell jerseys. Why don't Sonny and I get a jersey? We're going to put our name on the back. It was a red Team Canada jersey. And so we put our names on the back, put the company names. We started going to the conferences with this red Team Canada jersey. And it stuck. People connected if they like hockey, sports, whatever. And so at one point we had, our whole team in red hockey jerseys. And still till today, we retired the jerseys probably a few years ago. Mm-hmm. But I got this question maybe 30 times this affiliate conference, right? They still remember the jerseys that we used to wear. There's, like I said, I used to run bars and nightclubs back before I started at ice.com. And people wanted to connect. The conference would start on a Wednesday. People are in town on Tuesday. And I would call the local bars and be like, hey, look, there's a group of us. We're in town for a conference. We don't want to pay to get in. We want some drink specials. It's all corporate. It's a good crowd. And people started coming. People started connecting with each other. It made their lives easier the next day when they had their official meetings. And this became Paresh Connect. It's insane how this is what it is today. But, we host these events at all the major affiliate conferences, Affiliate Summit in Vegas, CJ's event, Rakton's event, probably about 5 or 6 throughout the year. And it just brings people together. We rent out the full venues. We have sponsors. We'll fly in DJs, magicians. And it's called Paresh Connect. And people come and network. So I think there's a lot of stuff that's happened to build these connections that over time, like they're become such good friends. To that, a lot of them came to my wedding 7 years ago in Mexico for a week with us. And right, so I think it's a lot of that stuff that you've built these connections through these in-person opportunities that you've had to meet with partners. And really, I mean, I'm up early and I'm out late.
Yeah.
And so my system, I guess the years of running nightclubs allows me to do it. Probably not for everyone, but I try to maximize my time when I'm at these events to just spend time with people. Yeah.
There's so much to unpack from there. The first part, I don't want to glance over this, was the red hockey jerseys.
Yeah.
Is because that gave you an identity, at these events. People knew to look out for you. They knew who you were. Like, I think that's a really cool way to stand out, but then also create an impression and identity in people. And just even right now, like I want to know the guy with the orange hat that's walking around. Like who doesn't want to know that guy, right? He's got to know somebody, right? And so, but I think that's something that a lot of people, they either miss or they take it for granted. It was like, I'm just going to show up to the event. But it sounds like you guys are always very intentional with.
We from Montreal, when Sonny and I were there at OPM Pros, like we like hockey. It's a Canadian thing. It's just easier to spot people. So we're like, why not? I mean, it's, you don't see everyone wearing suits and like in our space, we got up the affiliate conference. And so it just stuck from there on, and then we got the teams wearing it. And it's just, so like, you need to have some way to stand out.
Right.
Whether you're doing stuff before or you're at the conference. And I tell people, like, you can't be shy. You have these 2 days, 3 days to be here. You just got to go, right? Because that split second you had a chance to meet a partner, don't be shy. If you see someone, get to know them. And I think the homework before is really important because it's not easy to see the names and the companies that name tags are.
Right.
So when you've like spent some time and looked at, LinkedIn and you see what they look like, you have a little bit of a better sense of being like, hey, Joe, we reached out, we should try to see if we can find some time to connect at some point during the next 2 days.
Yeah. So powerful. And I also love just how authentic it is. Like, you're from Canada, like hockey. Like, it was a natural, it was a natural fit. The homework's so important. Anything on the Gen 3 side that's got you excited right now? Like projects you're working on, cool new initiatives. Obviously, we're gearing up. We're filming this in the summer, but gearing up for Q4 already, which is just madness. But what's got you excited right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think like from, we've never done a lot of marketing and sales, like just generally it's all been inbound. And so we've put a little bit more effort on our marketing side. We got some people that we've brought in. We're knocking on some doors, which for us was always inbound. So on the sales front, we're pretty excited about creating new opportunities for Gen3 to tell our story and see how we can bring in this, new clients. And I think from just internally from the team structures, I mean, it's so cohesive, right? It's better than ever before. And so with the publisher development team, what we're doing in helping brands and retailers manage their programs, I mean, there's a lot of agencies today, right? We compete with the networks, we compete with a lot of agencies. And so we got to be efficient, we got to be smart, their connections, our tools we use. It's amazing to see. And, we're looking at different things of how we can make even more efficient our account teams by using some AI stuff to get them reporting a lot quicker. So I'm excited to see what this path over the next few months, and then as we sort of plan for next year. And obviously we're always looking for different sort of strategic partnerships we can make. So that's super exciting to see, if we do some other acquisitions over the next year or two.
Even more fun. Yeah, it sounds like you guys are having a good time doing this. People want to connect with you or learn more about Gen3. Where are the best places to send them?
Yeah, so they can hit me up on LinkedIn. They can go to Gen3 Marketing. There's a page where they can connect, send us an email. So if it's a fair publisher, let us know. We'll find you a person to speak to and be able to, help you guys grow. Yeah.
Love that. We'll have all that information below the video so you guys can check all that out. Hang out, meet Paresh if you haven't met him already, but make sure you go say hello at one of these events that you're attending. Thanks so much for doing this today.
Yeah, this is awesome. It's just been an amazing journey. Last year was an honor. I was awarded the Lifetime Achievement Award. The place went
way too
crazy.
young for a Lifetime Achievement Award.
It's been nice, and the space is great. I see new people coming in. I think about 60-70% of the people attending this conference were new to the conference. So
that's amazing.
Yeah, look at affiliate marketing. It's great. If Gen3 can help you, that's great. But do invest in coming to the events. I think it's a really important to build those connections, build those relationships as we create these communities.
Yeah, and do it in real life. That's why we like doing the show. I want to do it in person. I could have done this on Zoom next week, but it's so much more impactful doing it in person, meeting people. Meet Paresh. See all of his information is below. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of The Boost presented by Grommet, and we'll see you in the next one.